Greetings, fellow citizens of Disneyland. Brickey here with your monthly update of the Disneyland Hotels. Today we'll be looking at all new developments at the Grand Californian, the Disneyland Hotel, as well as the Disneyland Villas, the new DVC tower, and the transformation of Pixar Pier Hotel, Paradise Pier Hotel, I've already forgot the name, into Pixar Palace. It's hot, I'm sweaty and blown out. What do you say? Let's get into it. There are chapters in today's video, so if there's a certain hotel you care about, feel free to skip up to your home away from home when you're at the Disneyland Resort. But let's jump into all the new developments for the month of July. You can see down below me that they are doing one of the Grand California Hotel exercise classes where it looks like they're doing yoga on paddle boards, which is a cool thing to have at the Grand Californian as part of your Disneyland Resort stay. I have never done this before. My wife has a paddleboard, is a bit of a paddleboard master, and this is the type of thing that I definitely know that she would get up early to do before ripping the parks all day. As a local, I'm always just kind of blown away at all the fun Disneyland Resort things that you kind of miss out on by not staying at the hotels. Which is how I've come to fall in love with Walt Disney World, because out there I get to be a hotel guest and my life disappears while I'm inside of a Disney bubble. And of course, one of my favorite vibe spots is the patio at the Grand Californian Hotel, where you get a beautiful view out into the courtyard of the hotel, tons of comfortable seating, and they are currently washing the windows. It is not me peeing on the deck. Now looking across over to the Disneyland Hotel, we can see the nearly completed DVC tower, the villas at the Disneyland Resort. Last month, or 2 months ago, when we did our hotel update, I pointed out that the Disneyland traditional 3 towers, the Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Adventure Tower, were all painted a blue color that has more green in it to better complement the villas, which are more warms and yellows and browns. If we look at our old friend, the color wheel, we can see how Disneyland has perfectly counterbalanced the color contrast between the 3 towers and the new tower, giving an easy indication that one is different than the other 3, because the 3 are traditional hotels, but the odd man out is a DVC tower exclusively for Disney Vacation Club members or people that rent points from Disney Vacation Club members. I know that color combo has been a little controversial. I happen to be a big fan of it, and I really love the gradient or ombre on the side of the Disneyland Frontier Tower there. And down below in the courtyard that is adjacent to downtown Disney, we see the abandoned monorail track as the monorail's down for construction both at Soarin' and in the west end of downtown Disney. But we see that there are some tables put together because this is a rental space where people have all kinds of different banquets, outdoor section of their wedding. I always like to pop my head over here and see what sort of event is being prepped for or actually happening. So we can see somebody is going to have a fun little day under the monorail path and enjoying the shade coverage from all these more Northern California trees that are all around the Grand Californian, giving it that Big Sur vibe that you've traveled up the coast away from the Southern California heat and palm trees. All right, not a ton going on this month with the Grand Californian. However, there will be some transformations the next time we come here, because we'll be on the edge of Oogie Boogie, and they definitely will probably, most likely, abandon some of the 100 decorations for Halloween decorations. I'll be shocked if the Fab Five doesn't go away and we don't see Oogie standing in their place, but I don't know. It could be a potentially weird Halloween holiday season if they just stay tried and true with the 100 and don't convert everything over for the holidays, which for me is the thrill of the hunt of speculation, then going out to the park and documenting, do they change it or do they not? So I'm thinking that by August, we'll start to maybe see a little Halloween, but definitely September if it's going to show up at all. Let's move over to the transformation to the Pixar Pier Hotel. And our first stop is going to be over here on the corner where Great Maple is popping up as a new restaurant emerges in the hotels, which is a win for everybody, because I don't know about you, but I love escaping from the parks and having a nice sit-down meal at the hotels whenever possible. So for instance, this corner right here where the restaurant will pop up, it'll be a nice sit-down restaurant with some indoor-outdoor space. And as I said, this will be available to all citizens of Disneyland. So another restaurant for us to visit There is a great maple at Fashion Island Mall down in Newport. So if you've ever been there, same franchise making its way, but it also seems like Great Maple is going to be doing the food for the entire bottom level of the Pixar Pier Hotel. And we can also see that the Pixar balls have been installed, just color dots. I was hoping for the actual ball, but we'll take what we get. So here in the corners where the restaurant will be developing, and you can see those beige beams that are protruding from the building. It is my understanding that those beams will eventually be painted black. There's going to be a little outdoor atrium, a tree that's outdoors, but it's actually inside part of the restaurant. I'm excited to have just another great sit-down place to eat. It's much needed. And you can see the construction's coming along as they're indeed in there working on the actual restaurant. See lots of different building supplies. No word yet when all of this is finished, but they are saying sometime this year. And you can already see some of the nice metal framing. That black window there looks real nice. That mid-century modern aesthetic is going to be the aesthetic of the restaurant, matching the rest of the hotel. That's something I'm excited about, but from your comments below, I've read not everybody is a fan of it. I am enjoying the exterior of the building though. I like the white with the black, the splashes of color. I find it to be a huge improvement from the way that it aesthetically looked before as the cream and baby blue and salmon colored Paradise Pier Hotel. Definitely enjoying this vibe a lot more. We can see the same mid-century framing going around the balcony of this interior opening. When you come into the lobby, you walk into this interior space where soon there will be the Pixar mascots there, but for right now they just have some plants and this back illuminated wall. I am super curious if this is the final furniture. It kind of feels like it is. Just seems like they're kind of waiting until the final stretch to put in all of the artwork and theming. Now coming into the main lobby bar where there's going to be quick service food and coffee at that back coffee bar, we can see they have put a lot more design in here and those Pixar colors are starting to really pop out. I'm enjoying the bright orange chairs contrasted with the long blue bench. We have this back wall with a full vignette of all kinds of different Pixar artwork, and it looks to be there's an illustration on the wall that works you through all of these different sketches of various characters. It does look like they're leaning heavy on current releases over the last couple of years. But as we're seeing with a lot of Disney lately, with our old friend the color wheel here, they love to go opposites on the color wheel to get most amount of contrast and visual attention. But as we shift over to the other side, we see the nice modern look continued. However, not a lot of artwork on this side. So this wasn't here the last time. Maybe they're still slowly going through and putting in all the different art installations. I enjoy these light fixtures on these smooth slate concrete pillars. Just very basic, adds a nice modern vibe without taking too much away, making the most of something that needs to be here for load bearing, but doesn't need a ton of attention. And then we see these nice orange retro lounge chairs with a matte black little table between it. Just doing a good job of keeping that mid-century modern aesthetic all throughout the resort. And then this is the area that will be that coffee bar, which I will be a customer of. And I do appreciate that the second mural is same style as the first one, but different artwork. Could have been lazy and repeated it, but I like that they went the extra mile and told more stories. And as we look at Lightning McQueen up close, you can see that these are pencil sketches from the animators of the films that have been printed on what looks to be a clear acrylic plastic that then they have tinted the primary Pixar colors of blue, red, and yellow. And then there's these nice marker style illustrations that stitch together the entire ensemble. And I do enjoy the connecting of the line ends here, and then it picks back up over here where it says cafe, bringing these two art pieces together. Above we have our largest of these cool light fixtures that I'm enjoying with the subtle color hits on it. And then this nice long blue breakfast bar. And these chairs are very, very blue. And I like that these blue chairs in the center are obviously going to contrast with these orange chairs and then more of a rust colored chair here, because that right up there, that's more of an orange. Really enjoying that these light fixtures have that Pixar fun of the ball, and that if you look where the light bulbs are met by the brass, you can see they have all of the Pixar colors where the brass goes into the light bulb, obviously bringing in the conduit needed for making them illuminate. Embedded TV there on the wall, nice vertical wood slats, and then all of this furniture perfectly colored to complement each other. Fun Pixar detailing wherever they can fit it in. We see Bo Peep and Woody letting us know that the restrooms are right ahead. And then here is a rendering of the Great Maple Restaurant that will be on the other side of this partition. This will be that restaurant we are looking at that you'll be able to access from the corner. And even though I probably will never stay at the hotel, I can definitely tell you that I will eat at this restaurant and buy coffee from the cafe. The gift shop looks just as good as it did when we were in here the last time. And I have to say, this gift shop is so well stocked. Normally never that busy. It has pretty much everything that you're looking for. So don't get caught in the hassle of World of Disney or on Main Street USA, because probably if it's new, it's also in this store. There's a big part of me that wonders, is this couch permanent? Because it just doesn't have the same color depth and texturing as some of the other furniture. Feels a little drab compared to the other pieces, but so does the long bench. So maybe when you get into buying these long commercial pieces, the color palettes are pretty muted because they're going to be here for a long time and take a lot of wear and tear. As someone who enjoys traveling and spending a little hotel lobby time with other people that you're traveling with but aren't maybe staying in your room or meeting up at conventions, I just love a good, comfortable, cozy hotel lobby space. And it feels like there's a decent amount of them here. Gonna definitely enjoy these empty shots of this place because it's going to be mobbed with people once this hotel finally goes back into full operation. Our vending room looks the same as last month, so no need to explore it. Now, when we were here last month, this elevator area was completely partitioned off. You couldn't get over here. Elevators are now working, and there's this big Pixar mural to greet you as you start and end your days at the Pixar Place Hotel. I kind of think that I like that the hotels are divided by this wall from the front desk, just to keep that congestion from bleeding into elevator congestion. Still have the old name on the keypads, so we're still officially Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel. And then we can see that there's an aquatic theme, a Nemo theme, I believe, on the other side, the lobby facing side, with these cozy little spots while you're waiting to check in. So last month, these type of walls were blocking out where this has now shown up. So it'll be interesting to see, do these walls go down when we come back for our August update, and what will be behind them? Because the hotel is just open during this transformation, but it is not officially Pixar Place Hotel yet. The evolution keeps going, but we're just able to see so many bits and pieces as the hotel is obviously operating during its transformation. So probably safe to assume that these are construction walls that will show us something different pretty soon. So a definite step in the right direction. When you come into the hotel from the parking garage, they have this elongated hallway that is ice cold. Out of all the transformations I've seen of this hotel, this is by far the nicest it's been a long time when exiting and entering through the garage entrance. We can see out back that they are still working feverishly on the back of the hotel, and the pool area that's going to come in, from what I've seen from the renderings, is going to be very fun, very family oriented. You can see just a snippet of one of the new murals up there on the bridge. You can also see some of the fun decor of the big slide emerging here on the backside of the pool deck area. I'm very excited to see how that comes together. The artwork looks fantastic. Yeah, if you look back here, you can see all kinds of construction work being done on the back pool deck. You can see workers up in the windows in the building still working on things. They are putting a lot of effort and energy to get this thing up and going. It said later this year. Downtown Disney's not officially open till November of 2024, with a new hotel popping up in 2023. Outside of the gates is buzzing. Here we can see some of the details in the slide again. And along the far side of the building there, you can see they still have a worker shaft protruding up the entire side of the building, allowing workers to go up and get to all their different projects. We can also see that they are doing concrete work all around the back side of the hotel. Looks like they're putting in a new walkway, maybe some new flower beds. Just a complete transformation in every direction that you look. Oh yeah, that's a new walkway. There's a new walkway coming in. That's going to be so nice. I'm curious about how they're going to try to connect this hotel over to the new downtown Disney. Will there be a proprietary exit bringing that world into this world? Very curious to see how the two get stitched together. All right, friends, that's our look for the month of July. I'll expect we'll see some subtle shifts by next month. I believe they were saying end of summer, so who knows? We could see a lot of stuff by next month, but a great time to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can be here with us every Saturday as we do update videos for Downtown Disney, DCA, Disneyland, and of course the Disneyland Hotels. Sorcerer's Hat is all covered in scrims because I wanted to talk about that this month on our Disneyland Hotel update because it didn't match anymore. It was a much more indigo-based blue versus all of the new blues that have way more green infused in them, so they can offset the balance of the yellow and brown warmer tones of the new DVC tower. So I'm excited to see that they're giving this a facelift so that it will match the rest of the buildings. I love it when I'm waiting to talk about something and I actually see it happen before I can mention it. Good job, Disney. We're on the same page. Now keep in mind, if you are staying in the Adventure Tower, there is a lot of construction noise coming your way because your tower will be facing the construction zone, which is just right on the other side of you. So it might not be a bad idea that if you are staying at the Disneyland Hotel, that you want to request not staying at the Adventure Tower because the construction is directly across from you, although you will get sick pics. I have been filming this project since it was announced, before there was anything in the ground and then the very first shovel that went in, because we are blessed with 5 Saturdays in the month of July. Join me next Saturday when I give you a comprehensive view of this project from announcement to being on the precipice of its grand opening. And I think precipice means like the edge. We can see all the color tiles are now in on this side. The front facade is just fully done. I can see workers still down there on the base level working on that breezeway that will take you out to those poolside villas, the DVC pool, which I've heard will be open to all hotel guests, as well as how the back of this building stair steps over to Walnut Street, creating the soundscapes that are needed to put a hotel this big right next to full-time residents of Anaheim, next to the citizens of Disneyland. But man, oh man, it was, I believe, January of last year, about 19 months ago, when this was just a pile of dirt. And here it is, ready for guests to check in, I believe, in the next month. The Steakhouse 55 sign is still here. The lobby is still intact. There's still Disney photos in here. I'm hoping, very much hoping, that this is an establishment that finds its way back to being open. This was my favorite place to eat in the park. I enjoyed the food here better than any place that I've ever eaten at Disneyland. That includes Napa Rose and Club 33. Now this area looks a lot different than what it once did, but hoping that the steakhouse returns at some point. The resort could for sure use it. This little DVC area has popped up on the edge of the Disneyland Hotel, which is a great time for me to point out just how fantastic that logo is. Absolutely love that thing. So the gentlemen have invited me in to look at this model, and you know I love my Disneyland miniatures. Look at this work of art. Well, friends, from the edge of the Disneyland Hotel, that wraps up our July look at the Disney hotels. Feels like there's now 4 instead of 3. Join me next Saturday when we do a comprehensive look at the villas at Disneyland. It's going to be fun to see this DVC property open up. I haven't heard. I hope there's a restaurant so all of us can get a little bit of fun. And I hope that I get to stay there at some point, get to go in there and check it all out. It looks like it's just going to be like top level theming, the most themed DVC hotel for sure I've ever seen, and I've been blessed to see a handful of them. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you here next Saturday when we do that, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel where each and every Saturday I bring you an update of Disneyland, DCA, Downtown Disney, and the Disneyland Hotels. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you.